Taking a look at today's interest rate markets, let's check in on the 10-year note futures today as they are having a nice move higher here today. We're seeing them recover some ground after a couple of days of selling pressure. We are seeing the 10-year note futures up nicely on the session, 132.18 currently on the 10-year note futures. And that's just shy of the 132.22 high that we saw just a few trading sessions ago. And with this recent recovery today, we are seeing the 10-year note futures really pushing back up towards the top end of the range for the last 6 weeks. And I think today we're seeing the primary driver today, I think, has to do with the uncertainties surrounding the COVID-19 case increase across the globe. We're seeing it impact certain parts of the globe, particularly certain countries. And also we're seeing travel restrictions now being suggested or actually enacted in various countries as far as that reopening trade now is starting to fall into a little bit of a slower camp, I guess. And I think the expectations are now coming out a little bit as far as the hope that we'd see a significant increase from a global perspective by the end of the summer, and now maybe that is a little premature, and so the market's stepping back a little bit. And with that, we're seeing the equity market selling off, and we're seeing the bond market rally. So I want to point out that when you look at the 10-year note futures now, the yield currently is 156 basis points. So again, trending back down towards the 153, I think we realized a few trading sessions ago. Now, we did see a high earlier in the session of 163 basis points when actually there was some selling pressure initially to start the session in the 10-year note futures, and then rallied throughout the day as, again, some of this reaction to some of this news kicked in the various asset classes. Also, looking at the middle of the curve is really where you're seeing the strength today. We're seeing the 5s, the 7s, and the 10s really having the biggest move, and they're basically seeing a nice rise, and we're seeing those yields dropping about 3.5 to 4 basis points. And the back end of the curve, even though we are seeing it rally, just not quite as significantly as the middle of the curve in today's price session.